Hey guys, Barrett here, and welcome back to Feed the Beast Unleashed. Uh, so in the first episode, I mentioned that I didn't think my friends would go watch my videos, find my coordinates, and destroy my base. Well, yeah, yeah, that's actually exactly what they did, and they did it about. Actually, they did it while I was at work, the day that video went up. And I got back, replied to, I think it was Countainer 2's comment about hiding the coordinates, saying that I didn't think I'd need to. And then straight after that, I got told what happened and logged in and found this. So, yeah, they came here, they set off some TNT and it didn't do much, so then they lavaed the place and killed all the villagers. And, yeah, so I pretty much had to just pack up and leave. I'm really just disappointed. Like, it's just griefing. I would have expected more from them. That's what I told them. If they'd set a trap and made me like blow myself up, that would have been pretty cool. But this was, yeah. They said it was because they knew that once I get too far ahead, I'll pretty much destroy them. So they wanted to get an early blow in. So, oh well, I'll give it to them. I was thinking of rolling it back at first, but I did leave a message at spawn that said if you got found, suck it up. So kind of just gotta take my own advice there and move on. So yeah, bit sad. I I cut down my little tree farm out there about 3 times the night before to get the first floor of my little house built inside the village. And yeah, logged in today and everything was gone. Not everything though, actually. I still had my storage chests were still up here and they still had a lot of stuff in them. They took all the ores and bars, but a lot of the other bits and pieces were still there, so it wasn't too bad. I had my machines set up over here with a low voltage solar array, and it was funny. I sort of face palmed a little bit because uh, Nethia, who sort of it was his idea and he stole everything, uh, said he took my machines. So he took my macerator, my furnace, and my extractor. I think were the 3 machines I had. But I'm on my admin character at the moment that I put the admin powers on this other character of mine, so I don't have op on my main character because I tend to just abuse it when I get bored. So I did that a lot on the amps, which was fun, but yeah, it's kind of not very fair. So I put it on this account instead. So I went and teleported to his base and just had a look, trying to find out who did it, because I had one friend telling me who it was, and I found out he was actually involved as well. He was just trying to get the blame mostly on the other guy, but whatever, they'll get theirs. But yeah, he broke 3 of my machines, and 2 of them broke, so he only got a macerator and 2 machine blocks. And I had to explain to him that in the top chest, like that wasn't full, just had a couple of items in it, there was a full power electric wrench that he could have picked the machines up without breaking them. So you can sort of see the quality of the people I'm dealing with here. Yeah, they didn't take my low voltage solar array, so I've still got power, which is good because I spent a lot of resources building that. Lost my macerator and my extractor and stuff, but that's okay. They're only basic machines. There's no Greg Tech, so I can rebuild. And yeah, so I packed everything up. I went into the Nether, which I'll have to show you guys the Nether because it is insane. It's got so much crap in it now, and it's a horror to go to. There's just enemies, and it really is like a hellish realm now. not just sort of a barren wasteland. It's like really dangerous to go there. I've died countless times trying to get all my stuff moved to a new area. I went a lot further out, and yeah, I just went a lot further out and just found a decent-ish place near a couple of villages. I'm not going to build in the villages this time, and I'm going to take the advice this time and block out my coordinates because I've learned my lesson. I expected better of them, and I got burned for it. So, oh well, lesson learned, and we will move on. Okay, guys, I'm back. I've found a new area and set up. It's a day and a half or so since that first little bit I recorded at the ruins of the village. And yeah, I found a nice new little area, and I came here via nether portal. I had to remake this portal here and remake the nether one so they'd link up properly, but yeah, it's good. We got a little village over there, we got another one over that way, a couple of oil wells around, and there's actually some weird biomes. We've got a red rock biome over there, which I've seen before, it's fairly standard, but we've also got like I'm not sure what it is, it's stone? Like stone mountains, no grass or dirt blocks, and just like snow. Not like glaciers, but just like a weird snow rock, like a really mountainous sort of region. Bit strange, I haven't seen one like that before, but it was something new. We also got the annoying swampy thing over there, and yeah, but it's a nice area, nice bit of ocean to build in. And yeah, so I got my low voltage solar array, which survived the apocalypse of my starting village. And yeah, so I've been doing a lot of work down here actually. I got my my Tinker's Construct tool tables and that set up again, and I actually spent a bit of time on them and got the 4G. Oh, I can't even know what it's called. Where's the book? I'll grab the book. We got the components for it. The Smeltery. There we go. Yeah, so I finally got that done, which unlocked another book called Mighty Smelting, which sort of went through how to build the Smeltery, which I'm not going to read. It's a lot of wordiness, and really, if you're going to try the mod out, it's all there to read. But it's just basically how to set it up and how to get the Smeltery working, which personally I had a bit of trouble understanding it, but once I started just placing blocks, it ended up working itself out and working the way I thought it would, so it's good. So the Smeltery's pretty cool. I'll grab the blocks for it. So in the book here, it gives you like the absolute minimum items you need to make it, which is all I've got. So I'm only making a very, very basic sized one. And actually, I'll set up. Oh, so yeah, I'll just say to start off with, I've got gold not conductive cabling. What is it? Glass fiber cabling. That's the one. Glass fiber cabling down here to my. I rebuilt a macerator and a furnace, and I started setting up an ME controller, ME terminal, and some ME drives with some 1K storage nodes. Therefore, applied energistics. I hope it's applied. I think it's applied energistics. Yeah. So this will be my sorting system of choice. So these need to be connected up with their own kind of cable, but because I've got them side by side, they don't need that. They're actually pretty smart in that the whole system needs this ME controller, and normally you'd have to it'll work with adjacent blocks, but you have to cable to anything else, but these actually connect through each other, so they're really cool. Really nice to not have to run a cable behind them to connect everything up. But yeah, so I've got all my items stored in here now, except for a few, like my bees and my frames and books and stuff are just out here. because it's cheaper space-wise. Let's see. So yeah, so I've cleared this huge area. This wasn't a cave or anything to start with. I cleared this all. I just finished it off tonight, and I cleared it using these. I made 2 stone hammers and a stone excavator. I also made an iron one, but I didn't end up using it much. I found that these stone hammers were really cool because I also upgraded our tool bench to a tool station, which I think it was in this book. I believe in here right at the end. Oh, it may have been the first one. Anyway, all it was a few of these seared bricks and 4 iron blocks around our original tool bench or tool station, whichever one it was called, yeah. But I just upgraded that, which let me make this hammer and this excavator. And these were really cool because I made them completely out of stone, which meant that all I could do once they were broken was just throw them in here with some cobblestone and repair them back to full. So really, I was using the stone I was mining to repair the tools to mine them, so it was actually really efficient to mine. And oh, you can see a squid derping out of it over there. Some of this area along here was actually on the seafloor, so it's only one thick in some places, and the squids are just coming through to say hello. But yeah, so I got that done. I've also made up these yellow casts as opposed to patterns. These casts are used with the Smeltery, and I had to make them out of, let's see, I think it was mentioned in this book. Yeah, it's aluminum brass, or aluminium, I guess it's aluminum, and this aluminum brass, which is 3 aluminum and a copper. So I had to use that like it's picturing here, but you'll see that in a second. These are all made out of grout, which is just sand, gravel, and clay, cooked in a furnace to get these bricks, and then you make up all your different blocks to actually make up this multi-block structure. And then it shows you how to, make your different materials, which I haven't made any of those yet. All I was doing was smelting metals. And the cool thing about this is that it smelts 1 ore into 2 ingots equivalent. And actually, I need to grab some cobblestone to do this. Not for the recipe, but because I haven't made the floor. Oh no, and we're out of power, damn it. Yeah, because I'm running just that low voltage solar array, it actually hasn't got enough power to get through the night without going offline, so I've got a couple of people on the server at the moment, so I can't skip the night. And actually, I'll mention right now, seeing as they're here, Valak22 is actually one of my other accounts, and a friend's just using that for the moment because he doesn't have his own account yet. And Elko Frostbite is one of the ones that was involved in burning down my village and slaughtering all my villagers, so yeah, he's a bit of a douche, but he's alright. My terminal's back up, so I just want to grab some cobblestone. Grab a few of them. I don't think I need anything else out of here. Actually, I'll grab some... Let's just grab some iron ore for demonstration. And we'll also grab... let's grab our ingot cast. So yeah, I actually had a lot of trouble when I first got this set up because I didn't get my ratios right for my aluminum and copper, so I ended up with a small layer of copper across the bottom of my smeltery, and I wasn't able to make the casts because of the copper blocking up the system. So I'm not sure how I'm going to set this up yet, but just for demonstration. I wasn't going to record tonight, but I didn't get an episode out yesterday, and I want to get one out for you guys today, so we're doing some recording. So this platform I'm making isn't to do with the building, it's just that this layer is going to be the floor of my base. I just haven't put the floor down yet. And don't worry, it's not going to remain as cobblestone. I was going to leave it until I was ready, like the ceiling isn't done either, but I realized I have mods on this server and I could do some Thorncraft and get Wand of Equal Trade and turn this into whatever blocks I want to, so I will be doing that once I'm able to. So, to build this smeltery, first thing we do is we make a 3x3 of these seared bricks, which are just your basic block. And the next thing we do is we actually make a raised ring. This is actually a 5x5 structure. 5x5 and however tall you want to make it. So mine's just going to be one layer above the base. And you might be wondering why I'm not just sinking this into the floor, but there's a good reason, which you shall see. So I think I'll do, let's see, do it like this. Whoops, that's not what I wanted to place. Come back here, you. Okay, so those are all my basic blocks down. I'll get these out of the way, just so it's nice and easy to see. So those are my basic blocks. Now, we need one smeltery controller, and this is what makes it makes the structure into, you know, the tile entity, the block, the smeltery itself. So we need one of them, which is like our right click, our interface, our actual controller. We also need a seared tank, which I'll attach there. That holds the lava, which we use to actually smelt our ores. As you can see now, we have an interface with our smeltery, which is, this is how much ore is in it, and this is our lava. Now, I'm also going to place, I made a couple of seared glass just because I could. So I'll put one of them there, and we'll put our smeltery drain here. Did I get that facing right? Yeah. So the big square goes on the inside of the smeltery, and the little circle goes on the outside for our output. And I'll place one of them there, and this lit up, which means our smeltery is now active. It's now an active block. So I'll just put a bit of cobble here so we can jump up on here. So now that it's active, so we take damage when we stand inside the smeltery because it's a smeltery and it's a hot, so we don't stand in it. So that's our, so that's the starting bit set up. So what we need to do is grab some lava, because it uses a small amount of lava every time it smelts an ore, I believe is how it works. And they're having political discussions in chat. Good fun. So yeah, so we take our lava bucket and we place it in here. You can see it fills up there, and we can see we have a little bit of lava fuel in the reservoir now. And I don't think, no, I can't pick that up. It's used, what, 150 millibucket? I think it's a millibucket is what the MB is. 150 millibuckets of fuel just to get this set up. So, this tank, this one with the blue bars, this tank is our liquid metal once it starts actually smelting. So to start off with, let's grab some iron ore. And now this side here is our spaces for smelting. And this confused me for a bit at first, but once I place a few blocks in here, this will actually be really obvious what these slots actually are. So first of all, we can only place one. Alright, I'm clicking here. We can only place one in each slot. But if I place them like that, now you see they actually are relevant to, that's the wrong word. Each spot in this inventory is a spot inside the smeltery. So if we added another layer around the top here, we'd have twice as many slots to place ores. And you can see the heat bar on the side here. So each ore starts heating up as you place it in there. It's going to end up using a bit of lava. And you'll also notice these iron ore aren't blocks. So, see, we fall into the smeltery, we can't interact with these iron. That's just a visual effect. So I'll just throw 2 more in there. So we have 9 iron ore heating up in here now. And we'll just have to wait for them to smelt down into liquid first. And as I said, these are ore blocks. Yeah, ore blocks are treated as 2 ingots. So it's just as efficient as macerating them first and smelting them into bars and putting the bars in here. I don't think you can put dusts into this directly. I haven't tried yet, but I don't think you can. Just, yeah, let me know in the comments if you know for sure, but I'll try that later on. I just haven't got any bars that I want to throw in here yet to test it. I could go up and grab a bar, but I'm not going to. So yeah, they're almost ready. So while we wait for that to work, let's add a little bit more space onto here. Like that. And I'll just... yeah, they're not saying anything bad yet. Not that they would, of course. And... oh, I'm missing something. Okay, we'll have to run up here and grab our... I'm missing a piece for the smeltery. And that's this bit, the faucet. Can't do anything without a faucet on our output. So, first thing I'll do is I'll place my casting table right here. So this is where we place our molds, our casts. And we'll pour liquid metal into here to make whatever we're going to make. So I also place the faucet on the I don't know what it's called, the output block basically. So you can see now we have 18 ingots of molten iron. So we had 9 ore, they were doubled into 18 ingots. So just as efficient. It also used up 450 millibuckets of lava to do that. So now we have liquid iron sitting in here. And actually, one thing I want to test is, can we bucket this out? I don't think we can. No. What we can do, now if we take our ingot cast and place it in here, now if we right click the faucet, it pours out however much we need to fill this cast. So see, if I pick up this, you can see the ingot cast has a material cost of 1. Some of the other casts that I have, like the large plate casts for this hammer, required 8, I believe. So yeah, however many you need is how many it takes. And you can see in here this has got 17 ingots left now. So all I need to do now is just click the faucet, pours the molten iron in, and it hardens into a bar. Take the bar, pour some more in, wait for it to solidify and pick it up. And just like that, we've got ore processing. So it's not as automated as the macerators, but it's still a pretty cool method. It reminds me a lot of terra firma craft, actually. Like building these big structures to smelt things down, and like it's really cool. It's a really cool effect. Like a cool process. So let's make something to finish off. So I think I've babbled on enough for this episode. So let's try. Let's see. So I've got these casts already. So I don't know what I want to try first. And actually, we probably won't make something, but what we can do is I'll show you the process. Like, I'm not sure if this is the best way to do things. And damn it, my terminal's turned off already. Let's see. Sleep now. Let's see if they will sleep. If not, we'll have to wait until morning. Oop, there goes one. There we go. Good guy Elko goes to sleep when you ask him to. Okay, so I have these blank casts. These were made out of the what was it? Aluminum brass that I made earlier to make these casts up here. So I think I might have screwed myself over in one regard with this. That's okay. I might have to do a few cuts to get this to work the way I want it to, but that's fine. Because I want to make something new. And let's see, what am I thinking here? Okay, so we'll need some stone, which we have. And we might want a few blank patterns. So let's grab some wood. Grab a few logs as well. Okay, make up some more of these blank patterns. Like that. Okay, I don't think I can I store blank patterns in here? No. It's a shame. Oop. Just say thank you for logging out. Yep, I can access my items. And I also can't spell tonight. Okay, so first thing we do is we take a blank pattern and we want to find the pattern that we're looking for. So let's make, I'm not sure what I want to make. Shovel, scythe, broad axe, large plate. Actually, let's grab materials and you. Now, what I will make, let's see, rapier, natural abilities, charge boost, armor pierce, ignores armor blocking, quick strike, the enemy is stunned for less time, a dagger, a frying pan, a battle sign, a chisel. Cleaver is a heavy defensive weapon, battle axe, bring down small trees. Oh, hasn't been finished yet. Let's make a metal longsword. I want to try this lunge ability. So we need a sword blade, a tool rod, and a handguard. So I've already got a cast for a tool rod. So I have the tough tool rod pattern and the cast, which we will need. So let's grab that. Let's see, hammerhead, large plate pickaxe. So we don't need any of those ones. So what we also need to get is a blade pattern. So there we go. So we'll take a sword blade pattern and a handguard. I think it was the handguard. I'll just double check that. Seeing as there's a couple of handguard patterns. Yeah, just a handguard, not a wide guard. Okay. So we go to our tool station. And tool station, I want the part builder. So we want to make a stone sword blade. Leave those in there. We want to make a stone handguard. Some shards there too. And we want to make, can I use this in here? No, I can't. Okay, we want to make a stone tool rod. Actually, no, we don't. We don't need a stone tool rod. I'm going crazy. Okay, anyway, that's all we need for those. So, next thing to do, I'll just drop down here. Now, I'll just have to get the last of this iron out of here first so that we can throw a couple of these blank casts in and melt them back down. So I'll just get the rest of this iron out and I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. Got that iron out of there. So we can see now this is empty. And what I want to do is throw in 2 blank casts. Should be all we need to make 2 casts. And yeah, I told him not to say anything derpy, so he's saying derpy stuff. Anyway, so I've got my blank cast in there. They're about to melt down. So we've got aluminum brass in there, 2 ingots worth. So I want to get this ingot cast out of there. And now I can't just take a pattern and throw it in here. Oh, I can. I can't imagine that works the way I think it would. I might have to try that. I didn't think these patterns worked because they're made of wood. I would have thought they'd burn up with these. And that's why we have to make these casts. Anyway, I'm going to try this. So we throw our sword blade in here. And we right click this. And once this solidifies, we get a sword blade cast. So we also throw our handguard in there. And we get a hand blade cast. There we go. So now we will... Let's see. So our sword blade cast requires 1 metal, and our handguard requires half a metal. So let's use a stone tool rod, and we'll make a metal sword blade and handguard. So if we throw 2 ingots in here, 1, 2. Just hopefully we've got enough lava just to get those 2 smelted down. And we throw our sword blade cast in there. And you can see in here we have our 2 iron bars in here now until they melt down. Like I said, this is a really cool, just the way it works and the way it looks. It's a really cool block. And I haven't been watching what these guys are saying. Nothing in particular. Whatever. So we'll just wait for this to melt down, and we'll get these cast. Okay, there we go. So we got 2 ingots worth of iron in here. So let's make a sword blade. Done. And pick up our cast and make a handguard. And done. And I guess because we're only going to have half an ingot's worth, 1 chunk of molten iron. Yeah, so just to get rid of that, we'll make another handguard. Otherwise, I'm not sure how I'd actually get that out of the smeltery. Let's see, we've got 100 millibuckets left. So we've used up a fair amount just to do this little bit of playing around. Anyway, so we've got our parts. Let's throw all these pieces back in here. So we go to our tool station, and we want to make a broadsword. No, we want to make a longsword. So a sword blade, an iron guard, stone tool rod. That doesn't work. Is that because it's a tough tool rod? Ah, it must be. Okay, so it has to be a normal tool rod. Okay, so now we have a longsword, and I realized we can also name it. So I'm going to be incredibly original and call it Steel Longsword. And now we have a steel longsword. And let's see, because we have these few bits still lying around, can we make a stone longsword too? And we shall call it the derp sword. As long as I can spell. Bam! So we have the derp sword and a steel longsword. So I'll probably have to look at this in another episode once I'm a bit more familiar with it, but stone bound and reinforced and sort of work out what all of these different things mean. But anyway, we have a longsword, so let's see what happens when I right click. Oh, it charges. Oh! Okay, so we do a little hop. That's cool. And we can charge it while running? Yes, we can. Doesn't seem to slow us down much. Let's have a look. Whoa, jump! Whoa, jump! That's cool. Jump. Oop, what did I do? That's the wrong button. That one. There we go. Yeah, so that's cool, but of course the side effect of using a longsword is we can't block now because our right click is a lunge, an offensive ability. But that's cool. I'm probably not going to use a steel longsword because I have a diamond sword, even though I spent 30 enchants and got Bane of Arthropods and knockback, so it's a bloody useless sword, but it's still a diamond sword. So, yeah. Alright guys, this one's already dragged on long. I'm going to have to do some editing to make this one a bit shorter. It's still probably going to end up being a long episode. And I hope I remember to cover up my coordinates, otherwise we'll come back next episode and this place will be trashed already. And I don't want that to happen. But anyway guys, that'll do for this one, and I'll see you in the next one.